Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. Some of you know me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. As you can see, today I'm coming at you another Let's Play episode of No More Future. Now, unfortunately, I do not have Sedge with me today. He is busy pushing out a new update. Let's give the guy and his team some time to push out some more quality content for us. That just means he'll be available in the future for more readings. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna do my voice. I'm gonna do my best to carry the other characters. I know he adds a certain wit and charm to the voices that he does. I really appreciate his input and his participation. But anyway, guys, let's jump right back into it, shall we? If you hear a noise at any time in this that sounds somewhat loud, that means I'm about to place a food order, and the video will be cut and resumed momentarily. But anyway, guys, let's jump right back into it, shall we? Alrighty, let's see. Okay, Okay, alright, here we go. Alright. Yep, now the doorbell is right there. Good luck. Without giving the opportunity to even wave her goodbye, Natalie suddenly interrupts the call, likely hoping you will get this reunion started a little bit faster this way. Seeing as there's little point in further words or thoughts, you uncertainly walk forward towards the door, trying to keep your mind calm and silent as you do. As you press the button on the intercom outside, however, keeping your fears and worries chained up proves much harder than originally expected. Though irrational these fears may be, you cannot stop yourself from second-guessing your every choice because of them. Even now you're tempted to simply head back and run as far away as you can, as per their wish. After all, it's not like you have to do this. In fact, you don't have to do this. Why are you even doing this? You thought you knew the answer back when Daphne confronted you about it last night, but now you're no longer so sure. Bradbury's words from earlier in the morning resurface in your head, ever ready to taunt you for your indecisiveness. Can you truly face George as you are now, when you're not even sure of who or what you are? Can you truly allow him to feel joy upon seeing your face, to feel glad that you finally returned, if you don't even know whether you're deceiving him or not? The doubts keep piling in your mind, overpowering your every hopeful thought, and it's only a matter of time before they finally come crumbling at... Awaiting voice identification. You freeze in place as you hear an AI's voice question you from the intercom. C-grade, how the fuck do they afford that? Actually, guys, let me go back and do that. A C-grade? How the fuck did they afford that? You don't even have time to question that as you hear the voice perk up once again. Attempt number 2, awaiting voice identification. If you are an authorized user, please enter the correct password. As your head scrambles for a solution, you hear a resolute voice advise you from the back of your head. Isaac, stay calm. If it hears you say something it doesn't like, it might alert your relatives, or worse. Nats? You didn't expect her to be back so soon, but given the circumstances, you're glad to know you don't have to be brave. You don't have to brave this unforeseen complication on your own. It's okay, Isaac. As long as you keep quiet, it won't. Voice identification not received. Warning. Please provide identification or the police will be notified. The police? As if this couldn't get any worse. Nats, any ideas? Panic? That's not a solution. It's anything but. You have 5 seconds. It's not a solution. It's my state of mind. Oh gosh, Mary's gonna kill me. Nats, this isn't the right time for this. You have 3 seconds. Do I stay quiet? Do I speak up? How do I get out of this? I don't know. Maybe we could try hacking into the intercom. It's too late for that. It's too late for that at this rate. You have one what? The AI never clarifies as it suddenly stops in the middle of its tracks, leaving you dumbfounded yet terrified. Did it lose interest in you somehow? Are you in the clear, or did it already send that automated warning to the cops? That's when you hear the door creak open as a mischievous-looking grin pops out from within the house. Ah! George! Ah, it's too bad I don't have Sedge here. He would have enjoyed this reveal. Ah, man. That's cool. Phew! That was a close one. Didn't I tell you to call me when you got here so I could help you with Sharon? A young chipper gazelle stands in the space between the porch and the living room, right on the edge of the doorframe. He's a few inches taller than you remember him for sure, and his attire is completely unlike his personal style, but there's no doubt in your mind. It truly is your cousin smiling brightly at you right now. You should probably be feeling something akin to relief upon seeing his face after so long, but given what just transpired, your feelings are a little more complicated than that. Oh, man. I like George already. You never told me anything of the sort, you dangus! The gazelle awkwardly looks at the ceiling as he realizes you've called his bluff. Oh, right. I guess I kind of forgot. Probably because I was so excited to see you again and everything. That's about as awful an excuse as it gets, and yet it tugs at your heartstrings nevertheless. You probably shouldn't let him off the hook so easily, though knowing yourself, that's exactly what you'll end up doing in the end. While you think about this, you notice that George has finally stopped looking elsewhere and is now staring at you straight in the eyes, or whatever has since replaced them. As he moves his gaze up and down, inspecting every nook and cranny of your new body, his flustered cheeks begin to glow a bright red. You've really grown since the last time I saw you, huh? It's not me who got big, it's you who got short, and everyone and everything else. Yeah, right. Still as easy to tease as ever, I see. Now you're blushing too. Oh, at least on the inside. Out of all the ways you thought this reunion would make you feel, you didn't imagine awkward would be on the list. And yet, in spite of how embarrassed his words have made you, the sight of your cousin standing before you makes you feel all the warm and fuzzy inside nevertheless. It really has been too long. Man, it feels like yesterday when you looked so not like that. But now look at you. You're like a whole new person. A much cooler person to boot. Huh? I was cool before I died too, you know. And besides, is that really what you're supposed to say after all this time? The gazelle laughs off your half-serious concerns as he invites you to step inside. Come on! You can yell at me all you want from the living room. That way Sharon won't listen in on it somehow if it somehow gets back to the intercom. That's a scary thought. Scary enough to overcome your embarrassment and force you to awkwardly stumble into George's place. All you can hope for is that your cousin's confidence in your safety isn't entirely unfounded as you cross the entrance into the large mansion. I noticed the lights are gone. Huh. That's interesting. The living room is large, spacious, but mostly empty. Save for a sofa, a video screen, and a few cabinets, this house is practically brand new. Even the kitchen, from what little you can see, seems rather under-equipped. Given George and his parents have been living here for about 3 weeks now, you imagine their place to be far more furnished than it currently is. As you pass by George while heading in, you feel an icy breeze suddenly caress your arm. The temperature inside the house, from what you can gather, is several degrees below what you consider adequate for the current time of year, though George obviously doesn't mind it in the slightest. The fact that even you could distinctly feel that instant drop in temperature a few moments ago is most definitely not a good sign. As you gaze back at your cousin, you find him awkwardly trying to re-engage you in conversation. Not much, is it? Yeah, my parents are still not done arranging for all the new furniture to arrive and fill the blanks across the house. We've got some basic stuff already in place, but right now this feels like more an empty trailer than an actual house. Yikes. What happened to all your old stuff? No, sold off somewhere. The way he answers your question quickly and without even a hint of sarcasm takes you completely by surprise. What? No way! What about your belongings, your vintage trading cards, your console? Gone. You feel a seething rage building up within you as you look straight into George's dejected eyes. You can't be serious. They didn't even let you keep the stuff I gifted you? Nope, they got rid of everything in the name of leaving no trace. Did they explain what the fuck they meant by that? No, because I wasn't even supposed to hear that. Yet they were adamant that we just had to throw our old life in the trash and relocate here, right after your funeral, for no apparent reason. I was already real fucking pissed, but now that I know why they did it, I'm even more fucking pissed. I'm furious. Like my life wasn't already hell enough without those two purposefully making me hate everything even more. Oof. Man, that is a big yikes. Jesus. The gazelle heads straight towards the couch, where he crashes into one of the pillows on the side as he shouts something unintelligible. Not wanting him to keep all his anger bubbled up inside him, you follow him to the couch, where the temperature seems to have dropped even further. You slowly sit next to him, resting your hand on his chilly back in an attempt to comfort him. Do you want to talk about it? Upon hearing your warm, inviting voice whisper in his ear, the boy slowly picks himself up. As he quietly lets go of the pillow and rests it on his legs, you distinctly notice that the side he screamed into earlier is now covered in a thick layer of hoarfrost. Ooh, he's an ability user. What has anything to do with his marking right there? Before you can inquire further about it, George gets up and starts walking back and forth before you, his voice now more akin to a shout than a whisper. Like, forget about the funeral and the sudden house change for a moment. Did you know my parents also signed me up for a remote learning program? No way! Weren't they always against that kind of thing? They were, until they suddenly weren't. So after we got here, they were all like, "You're gonna have to study from home for a while." And I was like, "How do I do that? I literally never tried this before, and also, what the hell is happening?" They were all like, "You'll figure it out, baby. You're grounded." Like it even matters. I mean, I was already pretty much locked in here every day, right? Uh-huh. And you'd think this is already pretty fucked up, but no. Turns out my parents changed my school as well. So now I'm in a whole new class with teachers and classmates I don't know. In the middle of the school year? You'll figure it out, baby. So yeah, get this, my grades plummeted. Big shock. Then after my last math exam, my teacher had the gall to ask me why the hell I suck so bad. I told him, it's pretty fucking hard to concentrate on your studies when your cousin just died and stuff. Well, not like that, but you get the point. And you know what he said? What? That's cool and all. You should still focus on your studies because that's what your cousin would have wanted. Oh my god, that's fucked up. I know, right? That's bullshit. Well, it's not like he said what I told you word for word, but I get the point. So what did you do? I told him to fuck off and to go ask you if he was so sure of that. But like not like that, right? Oh yeah, like that, word for word. So yeah, he lowered my grade even further and then snitched on my parents, real classy like. And then the two jackasses punished me by locking me in the house. Which again, I was already locked into anyway. Not much they can do to hurt you now, is there? Pretty much. Well, what about your classmates? Found any new friends at the school? Oh, don't even get me started on these new classmates, alright? They're the worst! I thought my old buddies were boring and lame, but these dudes, they're on a whole nother level. Everybody pretty much knows each other from kindergarten, so there's only one huge mega clique instead of many small groups. And obviously I'm the last one in, so you can tell how they treat me. But then the rare few times we do hang out in a call or whatever, they just talk about the lamest stuff possible. Like what? They talk about ebooks and bands, but only the ones that go literally everyone's talking about anyway, and they always agree about everything. Sometimes they even talk about school stuff. Isn't that normal? No. They talk about it like adults do, like upcoming exams or what they're gonna do and what they're gonna be studying in college. They never fucking complain about anything. No, this teacher is a bitch, no sarcastic, I wish they could give us more homework, or even a random, man, I wish I had an ability that let me grow big as hell and wreck this place. It's like they're fucking robots or something. No offense. None taken. I'm not a robot to begin with. At least, not literally. Still, that sounds dreadful. Doesn't seem like the kind of people you can talk to about your favorite video games with. Like, there are a few people of them that sometimes mention video games, yeah, but get this! Every time they open their mouths about them, all they ever talk about is how excited they are for the upcoming installment of Zombie Sniper. Well, I hear the 15th installment is going to have 4D meta-realistic pseudo-liminal graphics that'll melt reality itself. I bet it's going to have over 32 waves of DLC. I'm so excited. It's like they don't know anything else. Every time they open their mouth, it's always Zombie Sniper this, Zombie Sniper that. Yeah, Zombie Sniper. I swear to God, if I hear anyone talk about that game again... Miguel's rant lasts a few more minutes. His arms are moving all over the place as he describes his problems in minute detail. His explanation becomes harder to follow with each passing moment, but you do your best to keep up. Oh, talking that fast made me lightheaded. Ooh, okay. I'm back on track. After some more time spent arguing about progressively stranger things, George takes a final sigh as he lets himself fall onto the couch back first, his eyes now tiredly staring at the ceiling. Seeing as he appears to be done for the time being, you decide to give him a couple of encouraging pats on the shoulder in an effort to comfort him. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. It really does sound like hell. Truth be told, plenty of the things he told you about are outside your realm of expertise entirely. A few of them didn't even sound like real groundbreaking issues, as much as his tone purported them to be. But the anger, pain, and sadness on his face as he recounted his time without you are all real. And by now you've learned that not every problem has the same impact on everybody, your cousin especially. It'd be easy to scoff at his ridiculous claims, offer some meaningless advice, or promise some meager hope, but you, more than anyone, know these things hurt more than they help. You know your cousin well enough to notice that the only thing he needs right now is your patience and understanding. What's this? Okay. Is there something else you want to talk about? You're still shivering. The gazelle nails forward with his head... Blah. Sorry, guys, I'm a little bit distracted right now. I got a text message. Yeah, it's just about the food. They're not telling me yet. They'll let me know in a moment. Okay. The gazelle kneels forward with his head and holds it between his trembling hands, letting out periodic bursts of hot air from his mouth as he struggles to keep his composure. Hot air? You sure it's not cold air? Do you have any idea how long I've wanted to tell someone this stuff? Tell anyone this stuff? Even if you had time to answer, you're too stunned to even think of a reply. All this time I had to keep quiet, pretend like I was fine when I wasn't. I mean, who was I going to tell? My parents, who get defensive and start blaming me every time I so much as complain about the weather? My father's relatives, whose names I don't even remember from how little I see them? Maybe their uncle and aunt would have listened, but they've been gone ever since the funeral. Fucked off to some Eurasian country or another, never to be seen again. No, I've been alone. Alone with my thoughts, alone with my problems, alone with my regrets. Tears fall from George's eyes, one after another, like a river in the midst of a storm. They only threaten to grow in size and number with each passing moment. How could you do this to me, Isaac? How could you leave me when I needed you the most? You said you'd be fine, that you'd come back in a week or so, that I had nothing to fear. And then, before I knew it, you were fucking dead. Dead, and I could do nothing about it. George! The cracks in his voice are now too loud to hide anymore, and the torrent spewing from his lips is all but unstoppable. The color in his hair begins to fade as his rage intensifies further and further. You can now only tremble in your seat as you listen to your cousin's every blood-chilling word. Can you imagine what it is like to one day wake up and find out you died overnight? That while I was off sleeping and having some random dream about forgetting my bag at home right before a big exam, you went and disappeared forever? That while I was dozing off, you went and lost everything? George, it's not your fault. You try to console him as best you can, but in doing so, you realize that your own voice has begun to crack under all the pressure. Every word he speaks cuts into you like 1,000 blades, yet you do not hate him for it. As you listen to George's heartfelt rant, all you can think about is how badly you deserve this. I tried! I swear I tried! I tried so hard to stay strong, in spite of everything, to keep on smiling, just like you would have wanted. But how was I supposed to do that without you? How was I supposed to keep going without you? I was so scared and sad and... Gazelle keeps wheezing in the midst of talking, his every word now coming out only through a senseless amount of effort and fatigue. It's hard to discern whether it's because of the freezing cold, his damaged emotional state, or a combination of both. And you were, and I was... Oh, God, it's so sweet. Oh, God, it tugs at my heartstrings so much. Oh, God, I get emotionally invested in these. Oh, that's why I love doing this. Before you even realize it, you have your arms wrapped tightly around the young man's chest, holding his freezing body next to yours as tightly as can be while you rest your weary head on his own. Braving the cold, braving the fear, you finally say what you should have told him as soon as your gazes crossed on the porch outside. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for leaving you, George. Even you find it hard to keep your words unbroken and your message coherent as you apologize. Though you try to be strong for your cousin, you feel as though you're very close to your breaking point as well. I never wanted to lie to you. I never wanted to abandon you. I knew I couldn't keep my last promise to you, but I swear I'll never leave you again. You hear more heavy wheezing and sniffing as the gazelle cries into your chest. You promise? I do. You won't leave me again. I won't. The sobbing and crying continues. The brief sigh of relief does come out of your cousin's mouth as he relaxes his body and leans even more heavily into you. You can still feel all the places where George's words cut into you like knives, and the suffering those words will still cause. As the two of you hold each other close, you hope that this is the last time either of you will have to suffer like this. But such is life. Which means that you will not. There's always going to be more suffering down the road, but there's always going to be more moments when you're happy. It's just a balance. Sorry guys, that made me very introspective. It was very emotional, I really felt that. A lot of good writing in this game, a lot of emotional writing in this game. Over the next few minutes spent waiting patiently in silence, both of you considerably calmed down. Your breathing steadied, your embrace grew lighter, and yet you can tell that the gazelle is still feeling quite anxious deep within. Now that you're feeling a little better, could I ask you to tone your ability down a tad? I know it doesn't faze you as much as others, but I doubt this cold will do you any good if you keep it up. Oh, sorry. George takes a few steps back from you and closes his eyes, trying his best to concentrate as he stabilizes his breathing. Soon, you can feel the temperature around you begin to stabilize and even diminish as he goes about doing whatever it is he's doing. He never quite understood how these things worked. Although he can't directly make the room any hotter, he can definitely stop making it colder. The abnormal breeze should fade on its own in a few minutes anyway. That was a little embarrassing. I didn't even realize. I didn't mean to. It's okay. You didn't hurt me if that's what you're worried about. I am an android, after all. I have bigger problems to worry about than a little frost and snow. I just hope you didn't somehow catch a cold without realizing it. What? Nah, come on, Isaac. What do you take me for? An overconfident teen, of course. It's not like it'd be the first time something like this has happened. I'm gonna pause it right there, guys. God, this has been a great episode. Sedge, if you're watching this, thank you so much for making this game. It's wonderful. I love seeing some genuine emotion in writing. A lot of times in writing, especially in video games, everything comes across as robotic. You know, just plain text. Plain text is hard to transmit emotion through. Or, hell, shit, as many of us can attest. Fucking sarcasm is hard to detect in plain text. That will lead to so many misunderstandings over the internet. But man, the way that this is written, the way that words are spaced apart, dashes are used, ellipses, it really communicates the emotion that the characters are feeling in that moment. And that's what helps me give voice to it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for the next video. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!